So, welcome. Hello, 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 everybody. I am here. Hello. Okay. Serendipitous salutations. Thank you so much. Hey, how are y'all doing? I'm so happy that y'all are here. Yes, divine, rich, royal, rising, supreme, blessed, rise up within and surrounding goddess. I love it. Thank you so much. Super excited to be here, y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Love Tips and Velvet Lips. Today, not today, every day, I'm Marla Renee Stewart here to talk about all sorts of different things that, you want to talk about this today. Come to join you on a wonderful afternoon delight. I know I'm still adjusting to the new time, but we are always going to do Tuesdays. Well, so far, Tuesdays at 11 a.m. this time around. So I just want to let you know that we will be going live here. Of course, we're live on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, and of course on the gram. Hey, James. So one of the things before we get to today's lesson, I really wanted to talk about what's happening in June, right? As you know, it's always Pride Month and everything, but Eve Hall of the Please Me podcast, which is I think #1 sexuality podcast out there, or top 2.5% or something worldwide. I had a chance to be on her podcast and we just got along so great. And we are doing a pop-up in June. We have this amazing space. Used to be an old doctor's office. So while we are transforming the space, I'm going to be putting my erotic art up. We have some really great posters, dungeon equipment. I'm going to be doing my educational classes. They are going to be hybrid, so online and in person. It is in West Palm Beach. So there is that. So if you are in Florida, near Florida, want to come to Florida, please make your way on over here. We are looking for presenters, healers, educators who want to, come to West Palm. We are going to be having a little mini con at the end of the month. But for the most part, we have our little Zen Den, which is our healing space. We have photo shoots. We have private dungeon rental. We have vendors. We have, of course, educational sessions, intensives on Saturdays. So it is a whole calendar. So your best bet is to, let's see, I'm going to edit my little ticker here. To say, join us for the Pleasure Me pop-up in West Palm Beach. So again, if you all want to make a trip down here, or if you're already here, please let me know. West Palm Beach, and then let me see here. And then you can just go to velvetlipssexed.com/pleasureme. And that should take you to save. Now we can show it. That will take you to all the details. Okay. So again, that's Velvet Lips, and you should have the link there on Instagram as well. But again, it's velvetlipssexed.com/pleasureme. Like I said, we are going to be having fun. You can book private sessions, private coaching with Eve and I. So it's going to be a good time. Of course, if you have questions, please feel free to always DM me with your questions. I'm happy to answer those questions here live every week to ensure that you get the things that you want. But today we are going to be talking about sort of mastering. It's coming towards the end of Mental Health Awareness Month, of Masturbation May. So I just kind of wanted to give you some ideas around like ways to change up your style. Because I know if you're like me, you're like, hey, I want to get this one out and get this one going. But it's super important that sometimes we kind of change it up and really take the time for ourselves to really have some fun with ourselves, really set up the scene. I know right now I'm like, oh my gosh, my desk needs to be clean. There's so many things that I need to do in order for me to make this happen. But my blade earrings, yes. My staple earrings here. But yeah, so when we thinking about like how we're changing up our style these days, I just want you to change it up, you know. Um, the thing is, when we get into the same routine, right, the same solo play routine over and over and over again, we tend to do the same things because we know it works. We're like, hey, we know that works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean? But yes, you can achieve the big O with your same masturbation style, with your same solo play style over and over again. But there's always, always, always room for improvement and getting to know yourself a little bit more. Besides, if you know there's multiple ways that you can have the big O, I highly recommend you try those things, because sometimes if we're too dependent on the one way, it's sometimes that might not be enough. And especially if we have different lovers, different partners that, that have different ways of being, we need to, change that up. So one thing that you can do to add to your routine is use more lube, right? Lube is always, always, always going to be your friend. Some of us might use little or none, but using more than usual will give your genitals a different kind of feeling. Okay. So, you can use your hand, you can use your toys, whatever you are, but just observe and just feel those feelings. Okay. You might want to try light touches, circular strokes, figure eights, increased pressure or tightness, right? Even trying a new rhythm can help you invoke sort of something new and something to add to your personal experience. I'm going to put this up here so y'all can see me just a little bit there. Again, number 2 would be to use your other hand, right? I know sometimes people say, use your other hand. It's the stranger, right? But if you find yourself using the same hand over and over again, maybe it's time to try your other hand. And if you're not ambidextrous, that is okay. Take your time to get your hand coordination under control. And remember, it's going to take more than one time of practice, okay? Sometimes it's not all about like, oh, I need to be perfect on that first try. Again, it's about exploring your body, seeing what your body is capable of, okay? Close your eyes. Feel those different pleasure zones, those different erogenous zones, and see which ones are the most appealing. Again, trying like touches, increased pressure, circular strokes, any other waves of movement to target your favorite zones, right? You can also activate a new toy, right? And these days it's easy to order a new toy online or receive it a few days later, right? So with the anticipation maybe of a new toy, think about all the different ways that you will be able to incorporate that toy into your practice. I have a couple right now, some clients of mine that are like, we have so many toys and we have not played with one, right? So it's super, super important to think about, hey, what kind of toys can I actually implement? So you said, I wasn't expecting this conversation. Well, this is the type of conversation. Oh, I think I'm on the wrong one. It's so funny. I think I am on my the one Marla Stewart. Whoops, my bad. I'll share it with my Velvet Lip Sex Head, but it's supposed to be on that page. I was in a rush to try to get here today, so there's that. But just know, you can fantasize about how you can use it by yourself or with a lover. And when you get the toy, you can convert those thoughts into practices where you can proceed to engage in all the different ways you imagine, right? So however you make sure that you release your expectations and sort of embrace that experience for yourself. Because sometimes when we have too many like high expectations, it can really not be, we can let ourselves down, and we don't want to do that, right? Another thing is we want to think about changing your position, right? So if you are always on your back or you're always sitting up, right? If you're on your back, maybe you try on your stomach. If you are always standing up, maybe you try sitting down. If you are like a grinder person, right? And you're used to being on top of pillows, try rubbing and putting pressure on your genitals via a couch arm or mattress corner. Or if you aren't a shower self-lover, right? Maybe you try in the shower or in the bathtub, or try on the floor or in a chair. Whatever you aren't used to doing, this is the time to try to do that now and see, hey, what could actually work for me? And then, of course, I've been saying this over and over and over again, especially when we think about Self-Love May. We use variations in our erotica, right? So maybe if you're used to being on your computer or phone, maybe it's about time to change it up. Maybe you go to OnlyFans subscriptions. Maybe you want to read something or listen to an erotic audiobook, or listen to some erotic MP3s, or having real-time interaction with webcam models, or having phone sex, or just interacting erotically with a lover via webcam. So all of these practices are fantastic ways to get your libido acclimated to different kinds of O's and expanding your mental and physical awareness in your body. Knowing more about your body is going to help your lover learn more about you. So this can only be to your advantage when it comes to engaging and indulging in your own personal pleasure and self-love journey. So again, take the time to do you, boo. This is ultimately the time to do you ultimately. So thank you all for listening for today. I know I went through that rather quickly, but again, check us out. We are doing the Pleasure Me pop-up. It's going to be in West Palm Beach in June. You can go to velvetlipsexed.com/pleasure-me for all those details. If you want to participate, please DM me. I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have. And of course, if you haven't gotten my erotic activities bucket list, make sure you pick that up, okay? All right, y'all. Thank you all so much for being here today. Have a wonderful afternoon delight for yourself. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you all some other time. Okay, bye, y'all.